Who are the names on this team that infuriate us? And who are the names on this team that excite us?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's episode brought to you by our friends over at Game Time. Download the Game Time app today. Use code LOCKEDONCollege for $20 off your first purchase. More on Game Time in a moment. Clint and I are back. We are here to discuss all things Georgia football, as we always are. Your team every day really doesn't apply to us at this point because we're here multiple times a day. So we've moved in with you, right? It's just so you're aware.
It wasn't even a question. It was a statement.
No, we showed up with a duffel bag and we got an apartment together. Whoever you are, listener, we're happy you've had us, and we're happy to be here. If you're subscribed over on the YouTube channel, go subscribe on the audio side. We would appreciate that. If you're subscribed on audio, you can go hit us up on YouTube if you're not already. We love being here each and every day, talking to you about all things Georgia football related. And 'tis the season, Clint. There's plenty to talk about. Heading into a bye week, it's a work week for the Georgia football team. It ain't no bye week. No. There's no such thing as a bye. Practice is harder than the games, and so this will be a strenuous week.
It's a regular week.
But also a week of recovery, which will be good for this Georgia football team, trying to get healthy again in anticipation of this Alabama game. Boy, Georgia and Alabama both. I'm sure we'll talk about this next week. Two teams dealing with a ton of injuries, a ton of Could this game be as simple as whichever team gets the healthiest is the team that's going to win? Because it kind of feels that way to me. So we'll talk more about that, obviously, as we get closer. Let's keep looking back at an absolute legendary game, a classic of a game. I don't know about you, Clint, but I had a good time from start to finish. I enjoyed every moment of it. There was never a point when I had any anxiety during the game.
It was
I
fine
felt at peace. I felt at peace. I knew we were going to win, just like all of you knew that we were going to win. But what a legendary game. What a great performance, and a great performance by a lot of Bulldogs. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to kind of just ping pong names back and forth, and we're going to get the other person's reaction, like sort of gut reaction to that name and how they performed on Saturday at Neyland Stadium. Yeah. Okay. So we're just going to give each other the opportunity to react. I'm going to start.
Okay.
And I'm going to start with your favorite Georgia Bulldog, Clint, and that is CJ Allen. Please talk to me about your feelings about CJ Allen's performance on Saturday for the Dogs.
Okay. I'm gonna here's the word I'm gonna give you. And I'm gonna need some caveat on this, okay? Because I'm gonna ask to remove about 5 plays from this statement. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back to it. Okay?
Stricken from the record?
You'd like him stricken for currently in a vacuum. We're gonna put this down in the vacuum. It was stellar. And here's why I say stellar. I'm taking 5 plays out of it. I went back and watched. There was a couple of plays that were absolutely atrocious on CJ Allen that I think has a lot to do with the DBs and their inability to get lined up coverage-wise and transitioning a bunch of crossers. If I took
some of those underneath things were killing us in this.
It was a 4-yard drag route.
Those first 3 drives took a lot of years off this life. I'm here
this podcast was real close to just being
done. We weren't going to move in with you, listener. Nope. We were going to be.
We're getting an annulment. We were just like it was. No, let's
over before it started.
Stellar. Here's why. He a tackling machine all the way through.
Yeah.
Daniel. And that's the biggest thing I want to see. That Kirby want to see was a tackling upgrade. I saw that. 2, the run game. CJ Allen is everything. I mean, defensive line needed to go ahead and get off some blocks. We saw some young bucks play in this game. I mean, just Jonah Ajayi played in this game. Holy jeez. And he played pretty dang well, all things considered. Daniel, I'm not mad at him at all. But CJ Allen, I'm thrilled with. Now, I'm giving caveats for 5 plays because I think once Glenn Schumann, once Kirby go see film, and once they start crafting coverages to pick with what CJ still needs to learn. I saw him almost pick off Joey Aguilar, and I said this before this. He baited him into that throw.
He baited him into that throw, Clint. That's where I was hoping you would go.
Baited him into that throw. Okay.
That wasn't even in the CJ Allen stratosphere last year.
No, that wasn't on the list of things he could do. He baited him and throw, and he almost picked it off, and he almost made it incredible. Okay. Now, I say that to say he has trouble picking up crossers and regaining control and leverage on them once he gets beat.
He just gets a late start for a guy who's so instinctual, filling run holes and taking angles, chasing guys on the perimeter. He just gets a late start on all of those underneath things.
So because of that, if once we understand, and once he's able to give guys off, and once we're able to combo him with maybe a Chris Cole, right? If we see more of that, I think it's going to be fine. I think we can pick up those efficiencies on 5 plays, in which he will grow into, but right now he's not there. It was stellar, Daniel. Yeah. Did I say anything out of line?
No, nothing out of line at all. I have.
Fantastic.
This is not in the spirit of what we're doing, but maybe we'll get to the name you want to give me when we start the second segment. But
great.
What you said reminded me. You mentioned Joseph Jonah. Yeah. Can I talk to you about defensive line snap counts? Game?
Daniel, please go ahead.
May I speak about it?
You may, because it's telling, because Kirby Smart's playing people that he trusts. Okay. All right. Continue.
Okay. Well, the question I was going to lead with was, do you think Kirby Smart wanted to beat Tennessee? Do you think he thought that they were a formidable opponent?
Correct. Keep going.
Do you think he made every effort to play the very best players as much as he could so that he could win the game?
He always says that.
Okay. So based on that, on the defensive line, Clint, I will tell you that there is categorically in this game a top 4.
Oh, you're okay. Great.
There is a top 4. And it's like when you look at the snap counts, 3 and 4 are tied.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's a top 4. And then there is a number 5. And then there's a drop off. And then there's a number 5. And then there's a drop off. A big drop off, and then there's everybody else who's less than 10.
Correct.
Number 5 is Xavier McLeod. The top 4 are Kristen Miller, Joseph Jonah Ajonye, Jordan Hall, and Elijah Griffin.
Okay.
So what I'm here to tell you is that Elijah Griffin got as many snaps in that game as Jordan Hall did. The same number of snaps
on the road
at Neyland Stadium against the best opponent that Georgia has played to date,
and maybe all year.
The Elijah Griffin era has already started. If you were waiting for it, you missed it.
It passed you. You're late to the party.
It started. The parade is actually way down there now. You had better begin jogging in an effort to catch up. Those 4 are the 4 defensive linemen. Xavier McLeod played admirably, and he's a worthy substitute to come in. But Kristen Miller, who, by the way, is an animal. Big Joe. Jordan Hall, and Elijah Griffin. Daniel. These are the names, Clint.
These are shivering names, Daniel. Yeah, big, strong, huge, fast, penetrating up the middle guys. It's incredible. I'm going to come back after this. I'm going to give Daniel a name, see his reaction to it. But first, these. These are, in fact, Prize Picks. Episode brought to you by Prize Picks, daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. We make decisions every day. Being right means cashing in. With football being back, Prize Picks is simple, fast, easy way to get in the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections. Turn your takes into real prizes. Quick, easy, honestly, favorite way to follow along with football all year long. If you had Jalen getting his first sack on Monday night, Daniel, you would have been just fine over under half. No, he had more than that. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use promo code Locked On College. Get $50 off in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Locked On College for $50 off in your lineups after the first $5 play. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
Oh, where is it? There it is. I found it.
It's good to be right, Daniel.
It is.
It's
good to know where the buttons are.
Also good on that. Daniel, I'm going to give you my name. And It's going to seem like I could give you 1,000 different names. I'm going to go offense. I'm going to go to wide receiver. And I'm not going to give you Zachariah Branch as the name. Okay?
Fine.
I'm not going to give
Be that way.
London Humphreys.
Be that way.
I'm going to give you a name that I'm very curious how you're going to respond because I think you're I know you actually know football. I'm going to give you the name Dylan Bell.
Dylan Bell.
I'm going to give you that name and see your reaction to him.
Shocked. I think shocked is the one word I would use to describe it. And that's on me, listener, because my expectations for Dylan Bell are and will and have always been very low. And that's based on all of the performances that I've seen from Dylan Bell. Dylan Bell in this game, I thought, was exactly what he needed to be. He was exactly who Georgia needed him to be. And credit to Mike Bobo for not asking Dylan Bell to do things that Dylan Bell was not capable of doing. And credit to Mike Bobo as being a coach who plays players an appropriate number of snaps based on their skill set.
There it is.
Based on who they are and what they are capable of in the game. Dylan Bell was third on this wide receiver unit in snaps, right ahead of London Humphreys.
Great.
Right behind Colby Young and Zachariah Branch.
He
played a lot of snaps. He should play a lot of snaps because he does a lot of things well. What he shouldn't do is be asked to run routes and catch balls. What he shouldn't do is be sent on jet motion sweeps. He needs to catch screen passes. And most importantly, he needs to put his face mask into the chest of defensive backs and make them wish that they had played basketball instead, Clint. That's what Dylan Bell does better than anyone else on the wide receiving core of this team. He hurts people in the downfield blocking game, and he creates space so that the name you did not give me, Zachariah Branch, can score touchdowns on plays that Georgia fans claim to literally hate. Touchdown scoring plays.
Correct.
Dylan Bell, I thought, played a really solid game for Georgia. And I was really pleased with the performance.
It's because he knows football. It's because he watches and because he is not just some guy regurgitating things out that he was correct on that. Dylan Bell played a heck of a game. And I'm telling you right now, you might think to yourself, why are we doing the screen with the 3 wide over there? But here's why. It's now gone for 2 touchdowns in 3 games to Zachariah Branch. Okay.
That's touchdowns in 3 games.
0.1. We have scored.
What other play have we run that's gone for 2 touchdowns in 3 games?
I'll wait. Yep. Thank you. Good. None. This is also what's coming off of it. And I'm here to tell you, this is what an offensive coordinator who's setting things up because your feelings. Here's what's going to happen. It's going to be the same look on that side. They're going to have Colby Young and Dylan Bell flanking Branch. Gunner is going to hit him with a quick pump And both of those wide receivers, Colby Young's going to do a go on the outside. Dylan Bell's going to do a quick little slant or a quick little post over the middle. And the DBs are going to bite up on Branch, and you're going to have two streaking guys going down the field.
The first London Humphreys catch was already that play, Clint. They already burned Tennessee on it.
They did it to the boundary. They're going to do it to the field side next. It's going to happen.
The first London Humphreys catch, which was a better catch than the touchdown. A far worse throw than of Gunnar Stockton's, and a far better catch from London Humphreys that he made on that play. All right, Clint, in the same vein,
here we go.
I think a person that's not been talked about enough from Saturday, and by that I mean I don't know if I know you and I talked about him a lot during the game. I don't think we even mentioned him in the overreaction show, and I know we didn't mention him yesterday. Well, how about Lawson Lucky on Saturday? Clint, he do anything of note? I believe he had one catch.
He did have a catch. And people are going to say unproductive. And I'm going to...
Oh, are they?
They will. Because
what they'll say?
They go to the stat sheet, Daniel, and they look down the stat sheet.
They love that stat sheet.
And they go, well, he didn't account for over 50 yards passing, catching, and receiving. It's not good. No, here's what Lawson Lucky is. And he's a Christian Miller on the offense.
Hello.
And here's what I mean by that. He's an animal.
Big, strong, fast, penetrating.
That's exactly what he is, Daniel. Yeah. Except on this end, he's extending forward is what he's doing on that one, Daniel. He's going for the goal, okay? That's right. Is what he's doing. Yeah. He is great at it. Daniel, if I may, this guy.
Among the best.
This guy is incredible at blocking and moving people down the field. He is an animal on the outside. If it is a toss, if it's a sweep, if it's an outside, if it's a counter play, if it's him cracking back and coming across the motion in a zone with that motion, he does all of those things well. He gets rewarded with breaking tackles in the open field, catching the ball. But Daniel, he is the reason Nate Frazier is able to get outside and go for 20 yards at a clip, 12 yards at a clip, because it sure as heck ain't at the tackles. I'm here to tell you that right now. Our tackles, Lawson Lucky's the best outside.
The two best tackles we have on this team are Oscar Delp and Lawson Lucky. They're the two best tackles on this team.
If you don't know what he's bringing to this team, if you don't, that first two drives in which Georgia was meticulous and precise because Oscar Delp and especially Lawson Lucky. Later on, Rydell was out there and he did some things and he got up and moved. I saw that. All three tight ends played a heck of a game. But in particular, Lawson Lucky's, he just screams, jumps off the page as you're watching film of his ability to get up on linebackers and DBs and overpower them so they're not making tackles.
I thought, I could be reading too much into this, and I don't know. But obviously, the first two games of the season, Ethan Barber gets the start. Ethan Barber gets a lot of run, and then horrific injury and just crushing. We hate it. It's sickening. It's awful. I have nothing to validate this, but you almost feel like the coaching staff went to Lawson Lucky and said, what are you going to do? We just lost our best blocking tight end. The question is, are you going to become our best blocking tight end, or are we going to play one tight end now? These are your options. That's it for you. And Lawson Lucky said, you know what? I might go hit somebody in the face today. I might just come out here and choose violence.
Mm-hmm.
And he did.
On many occasions.
And it was a thing of absolute rare, unmistakable beauty, Clint. All right, we got a couple more names we're going to get to, but first, these.
And these are, in fact, game time. College football's back. Couldn't be more excited. Tailgates, rivalries, energy in the stands. Play college games on college campuses, please. Game time doesn't have endless queues, hidden fees, prices. No. They have something far better. Daniel and I use Game Time. When we go to the Ole Miss game, we'll be using the app Game Time to get back to the fans. Easiest way to score last-minute tickets, best prices, no surprise fees. The app made it super simple. Every single time we've used them, it makes it so easy. exact view from my seat before buying. Take the guesswork out of buying your college football tickets at Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, that's promo code LOCKEDONCollege, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download Game Time today.
Daniel, right, Clint. Who's the next name on your list?
Here's the next name that I have. And we're trying to hit names that we haven't talked about. We've hit some names that we're really excited about. Let's hit some names.
I had one as well. So this is good that we're in simpatico in the third segment here.
My guess is it might be the same position. So I'm gonna
be, but no, you go ahead. You go ahead. Because if it is the same position, there's chances are there's multiple names we could go with.
There's lots of names to choose from. I want you to tell me your feels on what you thought Daniel Harris brought to the game.
Okay, first of all, different position.
Great. Okay, good.
Did your mom ever look at you when you were a kid and give you the I'm not mad. I'm just Daniel Harris. I'm just disappointed. I genuinely and truly, I'm just disappointed. Okay.
If you want a mad parent rather than
mad parents are fine.
Disappointed parent,
you can handle them.
The worst.
Daniel Harris, I thought, had been on a trajectory. And Kirby, of course, in post-game presser, he tries to minimize the beats. He said we were there, which is true. Daniel Harris was there. He was, in fact, right there. In fact, Daniel Harris, okay, let me say this. Let me back up.
Okay.
Because I'm disappointed in Daniel Harris. I'm disgusted by Ellis Robinson.
You can,
but you didn't ask me that name. But I will just say this. Ellis Robinson was beat 6 ways to Sunday.
Yeah.
In that first quarter.
It was bad.
He was dead beat. And then he flailed himself and made an idiot of himself, tried to pass interfere, and still got absolutely head topped on the way to a long touchdown. That was bad. Almost worse was Daniel Harris's, but in the same vein, it's better because Daniel Harris was in no way beat on that play.
No.
In fact, Daniel Harris was running the route. In fact, Daniel Harris was in absolute phase, absolute perfect coverage.
Hip turning, head turning, everything.
There.
Yes.
Daniel Harris just choked. He just flat out, there's no way to sugarcoat it. He just choked in a big moment. That's all that happened to him.
You know that guy that does the reaction videos where he pretends to be the players, the coach,
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Guy coming straight at me. Don't know what to do. Pee going down my leg.
Yeah.
That was Daniel Harris.
He just shat the bed in a big moment.
Yeah.
But he was there.
Correct.
So I'm disappointed in Daniel Harris. But when I think about the corners, I still know that my two corners right now are Daniel Harris and Dalen Everett. And because Ellis has not shown me that in a big moment. He's not shown me anything in a big moment that's going to make me think he's ready to be out there. So, yeah.
Lower competition, Ellis Robinson dominating. Upper competition, Ellis Robinson needs technique, and he doesn't have that yet. He has pure, unbridled athleticism and head, but that's the thing that's going to go. I agree. Daniel Harris is clear there, got absolutely destroyed. But, yeah. Daniel, who is the next name you have for me?
Uini is the next name that I have for you, Clint.
Okay. I feel like Uini he's a placeholder for what I think I could fill 5 or 6 names into the same category for. Okay. I think this is how I feel about our offensive line. So Uini's the same. I don't think he's bad at all. Okay? Let me.
Okay.
Yeah. I know. I don't think he's bad at all, Daniel. Now, if you were to name me another name, I would have far different reaction. I think that he was same situation. He absolutely, the moment was too big for him. Absolutely unprepared. Absolutely didn't get a chance to actually see his athleticism, his size, his strength, or his technique on display. I think he absolutely froze like a computer doing an update and it being far too much for him. And he just didn't know what to do, Daniel. That's what I think happened to him in the moments that he got embarrassed the most, in the moments that he was swatted aside like a small child. Mm-hmm. I think it was much like people have said of Gunner with his fast feet. Maybe he's pulling it down. I didn't see it. I saw him rise to the occasion. I think Uini and a couple other guys, the moment was too big for them. The speed was too big for them. They were thrust into a situation they couldn't cope with, and they weren't mentally there for it, Daniel. Now, I say all that because I see other times he gives me bright, shining moments. There's like 2 or 3, and then there's 17 horrible ones, okay? Like horrible. I mean really bottom basement. So I'm not ready because that was a impossible situation to throw him into. Impossible.
Look, we're going to do an entire episode on the offensive line issues. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. It was bad. And him specifically was worst pro football focus pass protection grades, worst on the team. And
it was like it was like he had the flu. It's kind of like taking the SATs with the flu, you know? You're like, ooh,
but he didn't. That's the thing. Ernest Green got pulled because he was hurt. And the reason I know, the reason that gives me confidence that Ernest Green was hurt, because I watched his backup get beat by a defensive end on 9 consecutive dropbacks, and Ernest Green did not come back into the game. Like, these coaches are not. Finally, they put in Bo Hewley at the very end of the game. Finally.
Now, if you're asking me about him, I feel much better about him.
I didn't have as much time to let you down, but he just run blocking. I felt okay.
Yeah,
I felt okay about him coming off the line and moving people. I did not care for the pass protection at all. I can't have him out there on the field, Clint. I just can't have him out there on the field.
He can't be part of the top 5. He completely agree with you. 100% agree with you. I don't think he will be. I don't think he'll need to be going forward.
We're going to talk about that offensive line moving forward. We're going to talk about Ernest Green and all of that. We're going to talk about Monroe Freeling. We're going to talk about if there's anybody we trust at all. Clint says, too, I don't know if I agree with him yet.
You agree.
Yeah, we got names we're going to talk about along the offensive line. We'll have more for you all week this week here on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. For Clint, I am Daniel, and we will see you guys next time.